So hi guys, we are assigned by our teacher to make a tutorial vlog about our subject, which is physical science. So come on and let's learn.
We all know that the Big Bang Theory is the most common and considered among of all theories we have today. It says that when the universe began, it was just hot, tiny particles mixed with the light and energy. Due to expansion, it formed space and caused the temperature to cool down, resulting in the tiny particles to be grouped together. They formed atoms. Over lots of time, atoms came together to form stars and galaxies.
The history of an atom and elements. All of it started because of the Greek philosopher Democritus. Atoms is derived from the word atomos, which means uncountable or invisible, or the smallest uncountable particle. In origin of elements, the elements in the latest version of the periodic shows the current list of elements found in nature and in our present-day universe. The first 92 elements are found in nature except for technetium and promethium, which are synthetic or man-made elements.
Ancient ideas about matter. In human history, even way before 1000 before Common Era, there has been an interest on the study of chemistry, particularly on chemical transformations. This is because early people are interested in mental processing from ores, using natural fluids for embalming, fermenting fruit, juices for wine, cooking, and preserving food. Matter is composed of fundamental substance that gave rise to the other substances, but they differ in what this fundamental substance. Some Greeks assume it to be water, while others suppose it to be fire. There were also those who believed it to be air. It was Empedocles, a Greek pre-Socratic philosopher who proposed the four basic substances of matter: water, air, fire, and earth.
Atoms are the tiny building blocks from which everything around us is constructed. An atom is the smallest possible amount of a chemical element. Most atoms have three different subatomic particles inside them, which are protons, neutrons, and electrons. The protons and neutrons are packed together into the center of the atom, which is called the nucleus, and the electrons, which are very much smaller, whiz around the outside. In fact, electrons move so quickly that we never know exactly where they are from one moment to the next. Atomic nucleus, the very dense central region of an atom. It is a dense region consisting of protons and neutrons at the center of an atom. A proton is a subatomic particle symbol with a positive electric charge and a mass slightly less than that of a neutron. Protons and neutrons, each with masses of approximately 1 atomic mass units, are collectively referred to as nucleus.
Elements in the periodic table are products of cosmic events in the history of the universe. Big Bang created hydrogen and helium. Small stars created three elements important to human lives like carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Large stars created elements classified as heavy and light elements. Supernova created elements heavier than iron. Breakage of high-speed cosmic rays created light elements. The remaining 24 elements in the periodic table with atomic numbers ranging from 95 to 118 are the man-made elements. These do not occur naturally on Earth.
The arrangement of elements in the periodic table. In the periodic table, it starts with the element with the largest atoms, which is hydrogen, and goes to the element with the heaviest atoms, which is uranium. The periodic table has 7 rows. The rows of lanthanides and actinides, they really belong to the rows 6 and 7. The lanthanides are the elements 57 to 71, and the actinides are the elements 89 to 103. Altogether, there are 118 elements, but really, there are 92 elements, and the rest of the 118 elements are just artificial elements that scientists made in the lab. In the periodic table, you can see that the elements are arranged in vertical columns called groups. There are 18 vertical groups. The key point about groups is that they contain elements that are similar to each other. Example, All of group 1 elements except hydrogen are soft, malleable metals. Some groups even have family names. Group 1 elements are called alkaline metals. Group 2 elements are the alkaline earth metals. Group 17 are halogens, and the group 18 are the noble gases. What is a metal? Metal is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are also malleable, which means when you hit it with a hammer, it will flatten into a thinner shape. Metals are at the left side of the diagonal line or the periodic table. The nonmetals are at the right side of the diagonal line or the periodic table. The nonmetals are the opposite of metals. Most nonmetal elements are liquids and gases, but there are a few solids. Nonmetals are poor conductors of heat and electricity, and if you hit it with a hammer, it smashes into bits, and it is the opposite of being malleable. The elements inside the diagonal band or line are called metalloids or semi-metal. It is shiny like a metal, breaks into brittle like a non-metal, and it conducts electricity more than a non-metal, but not as much as the metal. Hydrogen is special in a lot of ways. It looks like it is in group 1, but it can't be because it's not a metal. Hydrogen doesn't belong into any groups. It considers as a group or by itself.